North London belongs to the red and white. Arsenal retaking second place from Forest, just shortening the gap between them and Liverpool to 4 points. Liverpool with still a game in hand against Everton. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Charla Football. I'm your host as always, Gerardo, and we're going to talk the North London Derby, a little bit of the Premier League and what this means. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys subscribe, follow, like, check out all the platform links down below. It's a massive win for Arteta. It's a massive win for Arsenal. They honestly needed this. It's been a fucking hard time, especially with injuries. Saka injured. Then we saw now Gabriel Jesus is injured. They need a lot of positives in this difficult moment for them. And what better way to do it than in the North London Derby against their biggest rivals, against Tottenham. And yeah, you can argue they could have done a lot better. They should have done a lot better. It could have been easily 3-4-1 game, but they did just enough. And that was the story of this match. They did just enough to get over the line, to get the 3 points, and continue that title race, if there even is one. Everything really begins in the 25th minute. Heung-min Son getting his 8th goal in the North London Derby in the Premier League, shushing the Emirates. Of course, you know he got to do that. The only player from Tottenham to have more goals in the North London Derby is none other than Harry Kane. Who else is it going to be? But in typical Tottenham style, just 15 minutes later, they give up their lead. Arsenal equalize. Of course, name a better duo than corner kicks and Arsenal. Really, there isn't. I mean, Chile Tajín, limon and ceviche, beer and a hot fucking summer day. I mean, nothing beats Arsenal and corner kicks. This is their 9th corner kick that they've scored this season. No, actually, scratch that. This is their 10th corner kick that they scored this season in 21 Premier League matches. Dominic Solanke accidentally getting behind the ball, scoring in his own net, an own goal for Dominic Solanke. Although people thought it was Gabriel, it was not actually Gabriel. It was Dominic Solanke who pushes the ball into his own net. I think now in the Premier League, they got to start doing VAR checks on corner kicks too, because the corner probably shouldn't even have been a corner in the first place, coming off of Trossard. But I mean, if you're Arsenal, you got to do what you got to do. But stop complaining. I mean, first it's the kids. Or first it's the soccer balls, then it's the pitch, then it's the jerseys. Like, come on now, like pick a struggle. And obviously this was all in favor for them, so they can't really have any complaints in this match. And for whatever reason, Arsenal just love scoring corner kicks against Tottenham. I mean, yes, it's the biggest rival, the North London Derby, of course, as well. Since the start of last season, Arsenal have scored 4 goals from set pieces against Tottenham, the most any opponent has netted against an opponent in the Premier League. And then to finish off this action-packed first half, right before the half ends, it's Trossard, none other than Trossard, of course, with his left foot, his weak foot, with a beautiful finish across the young goalkeeper in Kinski. And that's pretty much the game right there. But what do I make of this match? What do I make of Arsenal and Tottenham? Well, first, let's start with Arsenal. They did just enough, kind of how I mentioned right at the beginning of the video. They did what they needed to do, scraping by Tottenham. Towards the end, maybe like the last 5 minutes, Tottenham maybe had a little bit more of the advantage. Arsenal fans asking for the time, jeering at the referee to already call the time. Arsenal playing well enough to get the win, reclaim the second place spot from Forest, who had just tied with Liverpool. I think this is obviously a bigger win for Arsenal. You know, our Liverpool dropped points, Nottingham Forest dropped points, so shortening that gap just a little bit. But if we look at the entirety of the league, and to be a title contender, to really win the title in the Premier League, you have to put up better performances than that. And I mean, when you're going to play against Liverpool once again, or City once again, or even Chelsea, a performance like this isn't going to cut it against a team like that. You can get through it with Tottenham. They're just a mid-table team right now. They are nowhere near their prime anymore. And with it being 2-1 basically the whole second half, Tottenham could have equalized at any given moment. There was even a shot from Pedro Porro that honestly could have gone in if there was just a little bit more luck on Tottenham's side. Arsenal were just far too forgiving, not threatening enough, honestly, not consistent enough. And I think that's the biggest downfall from this Arsenal team. Something that we've been calling for seasons now. They need that number 9. Bring in a guy like Santiago Jimenez, a Patrick Schick. I don't know, just someone that can be a killer inside of the box. And as for Spurs, they're just a complete mess right now. I mean, I thought things were going to get better for them this second time around under Ange Postecoglou, but really it's gotten worse. They are in piss poor form. They've only gotten This is their sixth defeat in 8 league matches, with their most recent win being a 5-0 thrashing against Southampton almost over a month ago now. For Ange, for Tottenham, they need reinforcements in this winter transfer window. They need someone defensively to take over Dragusin's spot, because I think he's so weak, so poor, especially on the ball. I think everybody knows that. And I mean, maybe another creative midfielder to help Madison, to help Human Son in there. Kulusevski needs to do more as well. I mean, they just need reinforcements. They need all the help they can get from. I mean, they have the money to do so. They need Daniel Levy to let go of his wallet a little bit and splash a little bit in the market. On the grand scheme of the title race, I think this is still Liverpool's title race to lose. They're in the perfect position to just win the rest of the games. Will it happen? I guess we'll see. We know in the Premier League, it's the most difficult league in the world to especially be so consistent in. But Arsenal don't seem all that threatening when it comes to the title race. Nottingham Forest, they looked fucking good yesterday in that 1-1 draw against Liverpool. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think this is Liverpool's to win. At the end of the day, I think Arsenal will repeat history. They're going to fall just short, perhaps second, perhaps third, maybe even fourth if things start going even in a worse direction for Arteta and for Arsenal. Is it Arteta out yet? I don't know. Arsenal fans, let me know in the comments. I know he's revitalized this club. Really, he has. But, I mean, maybe it's time to bring in someone that can win them some titles, not just play well. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow, check out all the platform links down below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.